that is Exhibit A by Jame Rae, and it comes from his 38 More Modern Studies for Clarinet book. No, something like that. So this piece, a funk piece, lots of semiquavers. And this piece comprises of quite a lot of the building blocks that make up funk. So we have a lot of 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E's, so your two semiquavers quaver. We have a lot of dotted quaver semiquavers, so ta, 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 da, da, da. And then we have a lot of quavers, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and those are your rhythmic building blocks that make up this piece. Now what makes it all very challenging is that they're all joined together by ties. So the challenge here for the reader, or the player, is to identify those rhythmic building blocks and then string it all together. So let's go from the beginning, where we start off with the da-da-da rhythm. So if you want a little rhyme to remember this by, the 2 semiquaver quaver, or the quaver 2 semiquavers, is like the 1 little, 2 little, 3 little teddy bears. So the 1 little ta 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 is your quaver 2 semiquavers, and then the teddy bears is a 2 semiquavers quaver. So that is a feature of this piece, is that particular rhythm. Then we have the dotted quaver semiquaver, but it's got the tie, so this is what makes it complicated. Again, ties, making things more complicated than what they should be. We've got 1 and 2 and a whole bunch of quavers, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4E and 4E, and that rhythm comes back. So I'm going to pulse everything out a little bit more distinctly to hear where those ties are interfering. So what we have too, as well, at the beginning here, are some 4-bar phrases with a lead in beat 4. 4E and 1E and 2 and 3 and 4E and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4E and 1E and 2 and 3 and 4E and 1 and 2 and 3. Breathe. 4E and 1. So that is a 4-bar phrase. And it gets a little bit long, so you can sneak in breaths and things. However, just think of it as like the music itself is really trying to do some 4-bar phrases at the beginning. So yes, there's lots of opportunities to sneak a breath or let out some air and all that good stuff. But the goal is to try and do some 4-bar phrases. So I'll play that first phrase again. And that's the end of the phrase, because that beat 4, da-da-dum-bum, is your lead into the next phrase. So we're into the second time bar. Idea number 2. We have quavers 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4. And so we've got lowest common denominator semiquavers. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and da da da. The dotted quaver semiquaver rhythm is there. Da 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 da. And then the teddy bears rhythm. So we put it all together. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and then we put all the decoration in, the grace notes, the slurs, the ties, the staccatos. And we get some accents so we can whack our tongue on that reed. Da, da, explosive. Remember, accents are like miniature diminuendos. You hit them loud, you come away. This is a perfect opportunity to get that banana key in action, the little tiny key between two keys. We have a chromatic movement, so we're moving by semitones. embellish it with some gnarly sounds with the throat. But if we're going to keep it really vanilla, and what is just showing up but a left hand C, because we've got that E flat. There's only one way to go on your stock standard B flat clarinet, is to go to the left hand C. So E flat, left hand C. You don't want to be sliding, it's too cumbersome. Okay, so what's happened here? Phrasing wise, we've had a 4-bar phrase, and then another 4-bar phrase, but then they've kind of snuck in this extra two bars just to let the music settle. It's kind of like I wouldn't say an echo, but it's just like a recap, and another recap bar, and then back to our 4-bar phrases. So let's do that middle section one more time. Okay, so that's the end of the 4-bar phrase. Lead 'em. Okay, so it's overshooting. So it's overshooting the normal traditional 4-bar phrase because they want to keep it going for a little bit longer, just maybe a little bit of extra tension. Okay, but then the actual lead in proper to our concluding 2 4-bar phrases. Now I did that in one breath, and I'm not saying you have to do this because it gets pretty exhausting. But what you want to do is you want to try and focus that ending where I finish after the 4-bar phrase as being the real destination that you're after, because now we have lead 'em. A nice little tidy 4-bar phrase at the end. So the danger here, of course, is if you breathe too much, you chop up the music into little tiny pieces and it doesn't flow as much. And the other thing too is if you put emphasis in the wrong places, then you lose the idea of the correct musical sentence. Last feature of this piece, of course, is you want to get some of those staccatos, some more the articulation in this. So we have these staccatos. We don't want to go. We want that snappiness of a slap bass on the guitar. So bar it up, bar it up. And how do you get that? This is funk. It doesn't have to be delicate. Just slap that tongue down to stop the sound. You're always pushing air through the instrument. So what we're doing is temporarily stopping the air from getting through. We are barricading that reed, nothing can get through. And you create that nice aggressive slap sound. So you don't back off the air is still trying to get through that instrument. See? And that is Exhibit A.